afternoon. Thank you for being here. We come from Uruguay, from Ceibal. My name is Julia Perez. I am chief there of a department of innovation and studies for teacher development professional. And here is.
Well, my name is Alvaro Briano. I work in platform team, more technical than Julia, but we work together in some projects.
Yeah, so we're gonna tell you our story, our small story of how we adopted OpenEDX in Uruguay, in Ceibal specialists. This was like, I think the question that started our journey with the platform. That was what we want to do was to deliver high quality training to every teacher in Uruguay, balancing scalability, self-paced learning, and learning quality. And to do so, we're gonna first of all present who we are and where we come from, the case of Ceibal, of Uruguay, and EDUX. EDUX is our version of OpenEDX, our platform. The main challenge we identified during this process, and in this main challenge we will talk about technical challenge and pedagogical challenge and how they are so combined, and then some solutions and lessons learned that we think that can be useful for other cases to apply to. Finally, some of the challenge for the future that we want to share with you and with the OpenEDX community. So Uruguay, it's a very small country. We are 3.4 million. In South America, we speak Spanish. And we have 60,000 teachers in the whole country, teachers, primary and secondary teachers, and around 600,000 students in the country. 80% of our students attend public schools, and we work with public schools, middle schools or primary schools. And we have 3,000 centers, schools through the country. So teachers are the population, our target population are teachers, okay? So I'm saying this because when your target population is teachers, you mix teachers, students, but we mean teachers. So Ceibal is a public agency. We work with the Ministry of Education in the educational system, and we are a center for education, technology, and innovation. We provide innovation and technology for the educational system. And we do how do we do this? Through different policies or initiatives that are varied. We bring connectivity to schools. So in our country, every school has broadband and can access to internet. We also provide devices for kids, and we provide a tablet or a laptop for every kid that has between 6 or 15 years old for free, because we started as a one laptop per child program, and then we start doing other things, but we continue to provide devices. We develop educational platform. EDUX is one of them. We also provide educational content for the educational system and educational programs like a computational thinking program or English program to schools, educational content, and teacher professional development. Okay, so we bring courses and workshops to teachers in the whole country. Before 2022, we were mainly focused on tutor course. This, it works, it was very effective, and we continue to provide tutor course to our teachers, but it is more limited in scale. And in that year, the Ministry of Education wanted to implement a national policy that needed a special training to teachers. And so there was this need that was asked for a massive simultaneous free training for more than 60,000 teachers at the same time in the whole country. And that's when we started with OpenEDX and we joined the community.
Well, I'm going to talk about a little a timeline of our story with OpenEDX. So we start in 2022 with the installation and the integration with our single sign-on, and the kickoff of the course for the Ministry of Education. Next year, we work hard constructing an instructional design process to make our own courses. And in December, we make communication and coordination with other institutions in Uruguay, like UTEC and like INIFOP, and we made actually an event, and we call that moment the beginning of a sort of local community in Uruguay, because all three institutions use OpenEDX. In 2024, we expand our public for citizens that had an Uruguayan ID and provide a course, and we start with a course about AI and how to use that. And this year, recently in May, we expand again for secondary school students from 15 to 18 years old. Some numbers. In 2023, we launched 17 courses with more than 38,000 approvals. These are unique approvals. It's a big number because the first course we launched was for the government that was doing changes in education, as Julia said, and was mandatory the approval that for the teachers. So because of that, is a big number. And in 2024, well, more than 10,000 teachers approved our courses, and in this year until now, we have students also and teachers with more than 10,000 approvals also, with 16 courses and 21 courses in each year. The site we admin, actually we have a principal site, Edux, that the target audience are teachers and secondary students. And actually we have our front end that we develop, and has an integration with OpenEDX via API for enrollment and for registration. This front end manages the catalog of courses that we offer for our audience. And also we have another site for Uruguayan citizens, and they can register in this site if they have an ID, Uruguayan ID. I'm going to talk about now challenges we have identified along the way. Principal, we want to start talking about the challenges during the kickoff in 2022. And the main challenge, we believe, is learning how to operate the platform during a huge kickoff, and knowing that this kickoff was in the eyes of the policy of the government, because we have to do well that, and it wasn't easy. And for example, the second challenge say that our numbers of target audience were 60,000 teachers, and we do not know the behavior of the platform with more than 10,000 teachers in a course. So we do crazy things like open 10 groups with the identical course, and we manage enrollments and registration manually. It was a mess sometimes. People think that it's all automatic, but always a person doing things like that. We also have a single sign-on for all our platform, so you single now once, and you have access to all platform. And another challenge we had was the massive communication for the 60,000 teachers. We have a database, a big database with the emails, and we made the emails. We send emails to the course information and how to course it. And this was a very big challenge too, because OpenEdX does not resolve it in an easy way. Another functional and technical challenge we want to show is the assessment limitation that we encounter when we made courses, because every teacher had to be approved because it was mandatory, and they lose. And we made, for example, a parallel course with the evaluation modified a bit. When they lose, we enroll them in this course to make again. And then we search and encounter H5P, for example, is a 30-part tool that offered us multiple attempts and unlimited attempts also, and randomized question. And so if you lose the exam, you can do it again with different questions. Also, we explore storyline score that give us a more deeper and authentic assessment. But these tools are not enough for us because some disadvantages. Sometimes it had technical flaws, like the transmission of the score of the student to OpenEdX sometimes break down, and teachers say to us that, and it was a complex problem. They were complex to configure. So if you want to launch many courses in a year, it's not scalable. The user experience is not the best. And in the case of a storyline, it's an expensive tool.
So regarding the challenge we have with the assessment, for us, the problem was that creating quality assessment in self-paced MOOCs is a challenge in itself. So, for example, go back a little bit. In this case, we use storyline, and the assessment was to evaluate an educational project, and this was like a checklist, a rubric, where they have to put yes or no in the items, and in the case they were wrong, you have to analyze another project with another checklist or rubric. So that's like the kind of solutions where we try to integrate pedagogical and technical solutions. But as Alvaro said, it had limitations. So another strategies we use, and now yes, you can, yeah. So another strategies we use were more pedagogical. Some of them are very basic, but for example, aligning learning goals with assessment was something that we identified that teachers that were used to have tutor course. Then when they put their goals in the course, they were pretending goals that were more ambitious than what you could actually evaluate in the platform. So that's something that we started to check and to pay special attention, the goals of the course. Then we strongly advise to provide feedback in every question, because as there is no teacher, you have to know why you were right and why you were wrong in every question. To have the peer assessment, that the platform, you can use peer assessment in the platform, but we don't advise to do only peer assessment, more like a supplementary, because it has some technical issues when you apply it. And then we think it's very important to have interactive activities at the end of each module, because it's not only for the evaluation, that you don't put the whole evaluation at the end, but also because you foster engagement in that way, because it's funnier, you have some interaction, and also because you can track the data of the path of the student with these like milestones after every module. So go to the next one. Yeah, but in self-paced MOOCs, not only were challenging with the evaluation or the assessment, but the whole instructional design of these courses is very, very challenging. So to shift to massive self-paced courses without a teacher present and involved, we had to do a lot of changes in the organization for this special case. For example, we have to focus more on the design stage. I look at you because I went to your talk, and yeah, that was a very important part, the design. But not only the instructional design, also the design to be the course more beautiful, don't have mistakes, have anti-plagiarism control, to have style editing control, because you cannot change it in the middle of the course. It's very complicated when you have 10,000 or 20,000 to make changes. I don't know, the course started in April, you can in May change the content. So that was a very important part. Also the branding, the accessibility was something that was very important to check. And the pre-production and post-production stage. So we created then a media lab, specialized specifically in these subjects. But also, as I said, the design stage became critical from an instructional design perspective. And so we created an instructional design team that works inter-area, where you have teachers, one representative from different areas from Ceibal. Meaning you have an English teacher, a math teacher, computational thinking teachers, and we work together, and we gather every Wednesday and we review courses. But I think that was very important in our process, because we established some common instructional design standard in the organization. And we have a rubric to evaluate our own courses before the launch. And we have estimated, we use a table to estimate the hours of a course, because otherwise every teacher, I think this course has 15 hours, I think this course has 25. So we try to unify those criteria and have unified criteria also for that. The interdisciplinarity became essential for that work. And as I said, we had the platform team, the media lab, the instructional design team, and also we had this technopedagogical assistant that helped teachers to the didactic transposition from a tutor course to a self-paced course, because that was another challenge that we identified. So,
awesome.
Yes. These are like we work. We have our MOOCs and all these pieces that work together. We have, as I said, the platform team. Here are represented, the instructional design team, the content designer that we always had a content designer, meaning the teacher, the specialist, the technopedagogical assistant, and the media lab. And we developed like a standardized process, because when you have all these people together working together, the collaboration is very important, but it can be chaotic if you don't have a standardized process. So we didn't want to tell you every stage we have, but every dot is a stage, but we have a first stage of creation of the courses, where the leading is from the content, from the teacher, the specialist, but also there is a very important part of revision of the course content, where we participate from the instructional design team, and the anti-plagiarism and the style of the editing, etc. Then the layout in studio as a second stage, and finally, before the course launch, the role of the media lab and platforms. So I think that we wanted to share with you that the lessons that we learned during this process was the importance of standardizing the course design process to develop so many courses per year, because Alvaro said the courses, but they are like accumulative, you know? You have, today I think you have more than 30 courses.
More than 30 active courses.
Active courses, yeah. And we are all the time producing courses, so this was very important, while preserving the freedom for the content creation, because we do not, restringir the content creation. Also, for us, it was very important the interdisciplinarity work between educators and technical teams. And we saw that there were like pedagogical solutions to technical problems and technical solutions to pedagogical problems. And we are in that synergy, but working together in solving problems. And also the peer review for our course design stage, for us, it's very important. The peer review, meaning this instructional design team, where every course is reviewed by all the specialists, even if they are from another assignment, you know. But we all know about instructional design, and that's what we want to I don't know how to say that. The teamwork and the collaboration, and to address every problem in a holistic or systematic way.
To finish, we want to remark some points that we think or the community or we also identify some areas to keep working on. Maybe some institution or organization doesn't have the same problems, and in the whole presentation we see that the assessment is a problem for get more deeper evaluation of student learning outcomes. Also, we think maybe it's a characteristic of our courses before, more tutored courses, and the AI can help in that. Being more closer to people, being more closer to students that course the course. And the last one is to think about how to improve the communication inside the platform, like emails, for example, or direct chat. Also, I don't know, other forms to improve the communication with the students. So that's it. That is what we want to share, and we hope that it is useful for some of you. So thank you.
Thank you very much. If you want to.
Question time? You know you want the big blue box. No? I have one then. Have you developed any special tools internally to work with like your content creation process and your review, like the series of dots? Are there any tools that you use for that?
No,
No?
no. We are developing like a business program manager process, but it's on development still. So nowadays we do it like with a lot of organization.
Very manual. Okay.
So a reflection, I think it might be it's good to work educational teams and technical teams closer and more in a more communicative way because improve the platform a lot.
Yes, the platform is still very technical, so it's very important to have. We were talking that you cannot pretend that every teacher knows the technique acquires these technical skills so sophisticated. So we have to solve it working together with those who do know how to manage them. Yeah.
Oh, we have one. You're so kind.
How do you support your learners?
Sorry, what?
How do you support your learners?
Actually, we have a process and we have a call center, for example, or an email, and teacher can call us, and in the process, many times came to me the question and I fix it, or maybe another person is there for fix the problem.
Yeah, we have this call center, and depending on the kind of problem they have, who the question or the problem goes to. So
Okay, so because that's what I'm asking, is how do you do that at scale? So you have a call center.
yeah.
It's a big problem when we start. When was the kickoff in February of 2023, I remember that month because a lot of question of users, how to do that, the peer review, nobody review me, and we, how to say, demoramos la respuesta.
Delay.
We have a big delay. We have a big delay in the answer to the user.
And do you have a knowledge repository that you use for self-help?
What?
A knowledge repository that you use for self-help?
Yes, we have a site with relate with questions that are that repeat and repeat and repeat, and you can search and read.
Yes, we have some free questions.
Nice, very nice. Thank you.
Have you had feedback from the teachers about like the process and the site and everything? How do they feel about the new changes?
No, I mean every course has a survey at the end, and the results from the surveys are positive, and we also have a successful rate. That's, I think it's very high. It's like 46% last year, and 2023 it was the same. It's very similar to the approval rate of our tutor course.
Okay.
So I think that's positive considering you don't have a tutor.
In general, the platform is well received from the teachers.
Okay. Okay, I think that's all our questions for now.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.